Hello and welcome back to our Songs of Six playthrough. We are still trying to construct our temple. We are in dire need of some civilian ore and some jewelry. Jewelry we are producing and civilian ore we are also getting. This will still take a while. And then it's off to converting all our people into atheists so we can get our Cantors. Last time we secured one haven, so we have the capacity to get 21 Cantors. But right next to us there's also this region, which houses 30 Cantors, so we could get quite a few more. But before we even can think about getting more Cantors, we need to get our first stone giants moving in. And in order to facilitate that, we need our temple. So the temple is being constructed. What we can think about is we can even create a division for our Cantors already. We don't have Cantors yet, but as soon as they are here, we will want them to become soldiers. And Cantors are quite amazing. They are very heavy, they are very slow, they have lots and lots of hit points. As compared to humans, who have 40 hit points, Cantors have 190. So what we do want to do is we want to give them plate armor, since plate armor is giving a percentage based improvement to hit points. So if we equip our Cantors with 8 pieces of plate armor, now they have 285 hit points and they have a pierce armor of 66, a slash armor of 8. Overall they are very well armored. As you can see, damage wise, our Cantors are doing tons of force damage. And there is no weapon other than the Warhammer that gives a percentage based improvement to force damage. So all the other weapons are, I think, are flat modifiers. So if we give them 8 Falcatas, for example, they'll get +2 pierce damage and +2 slash damage. The Warhammers, on the other hand, they give a percentage based, and since the base number is very high for Cantors, if we equip them with lots of hammers, they do absolute tons of damage. So we leave this division in here, and once we get Cantors, they will immediately start training. We also want to give them 100% training, of course. That also gives them a modifier on force and offense skill and all the other good stuff. Cantors are also amazing craftspeople, but we want them to be our hammers. So what we are going to need is some Warhammers. There's 2 ways to get Warhammers. We can produce them in a carpentry if we unlock the right tech, but that's very slow and takes tons of resources. What we can do on the other hand is we can get a smithy and produce hammers in here, and that's much cheaper. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a 3rd smithy. And we can just build it over here, for example, and I'm digging into the mountain. These pieces of mountain need to go. They extrude a roundness, and my people hate round things. Or at least the Dondorians hate round things. My humans don't care. They just like square things. Okay. That's a job that is being worked on. Our fifth little district down here is finished. We are storing up on some cut stone, so what we can do in the meantime is we can get some more plazas. So on the roads there's the plaza, and that spreads ore, and we also need lots of ore for our people, for Cantors to want to join us. That's 300 cut stone. And over here we can also get the plaza. Food-wise, we're producing double the amount of food that we consume. I just saw that we have prisoners, and crime is a problem in our region. We are not accepting any gifts. We want to keep people happy. So I think I'm going to build a few more guard posts. Especially in the new district down here, there's no guard post. I'm quickly checking, do we have a guard post there? Yes, we do. We can also get another guard post in here. And now the waiting starts. We want this temple to be finished, so I think I'll do a little time lapse just until we can get the temple up and running. Holy moly, it took a while, but we finally gathered the resources we need, and my people are currently building the temple. This will also take a few days. Just to speed things up a bit, I'm going to let in a few more immigrants so we have more odd jobbers, and then it gets built quicker. We'll also need lots of laborers to be our priests. And then we'll start converting people to the one true faith. The faith that lets us get Cantors. And the temple is finished. It is employing 42 priests. And it will sacrifice 21 civilian ore each day. Which is which is not something we can provide. Might have messed up a bit there. But even having some respect in the temple is will already get our people converted. Yeah, temple fulfillment is going up. And we should see very soon that it's already starting. That a few people are converted. Sadly, things will be very slow. I think 21 sacrifices a day is probably a bit of an overestimate. But we'll see about that. Another thing I thought about, which we could very much need, is a embassy. An embassy gives us diplomacy points, which we can use on the world map to appease people or to kill, assassinate enemy leaders. So it's just a resource we can make use of. In version 66 things changed a bit, so I don't know how useful it really is. But I'm quickly building a little embassy here. Okay, another thing I saw is that there is an empty region that is not owned by anyone, pretty close to us, and it has 2 iron deposits. So I think we'll quickly sneak over there. Before I do that, I will need more administration, so let's employ 10 more administrators, or even 15 more. We need more workers. I also built a 3rd human nursery, just so we can get some more workers more quickly. Since 2 nurseries is not enough. We have a reproduction capability of 270 babies. We are currently using 3 times 41, so around 123. So we are going to use mercenaries for this. I think a few simple mercenaries like those archers and some frontline troops should do the trick. Who's a good frontline? I think we used those guys before and they didn't disappoint. And now we are moving over there and besieging the rebel region. Okay, we're besieging. They have some fortifications, which is multiplying their force. In settlement battles, we cannot fight it on our own. There's only auto-resolve. Since the auto-resolve is telling us we are going to lose this, we will wait. This will be expensive. Our mercenaries do cost a lot, but I think with all of our regions giving us taxes, we should be fine. At the moment, I'm getting less iron than I'm consuming. Okay, we're getting attacked, so we are going to decline. I think my soldiers are trained up. The longbows are still training, but I think my kebabs are well trained. Yes, they are. We even have enough plate armor to equip them fully. How much plate armor are we producing? 1 per day, that's a bit too little. Let's employ a few more smiths. Which means we'll need more iron. Which means we need more ore. And the region I'm currently importing ore from is not really suited for it. This one over here, yeah, there's 5 arrows down, so this is very inefficient. The new region with those deposits should do much better. But first of all, we need to survive the attack. So let's see what happens. How's the temple doing? 25% respect. Could be better, could be worse. I think that was the message, that we want to attack them, yes. So let's fight to the death. How's it looking? They are getting better and better equipped. Okay, those guys have leather armor, they're going to die. Those guys have plate, they are going to die. I think the enemy has no archers whatsoever. So now we are positioning ourselves in a way that they have to walk through open terrain for a long time, so my guys can shoot them. Here they come, and once they leave the woods, my people will start raining arrows on them. And since those guys are only protected by leather armor, I think few of them will reach my lines. Let's fast forward a bit. We already killed a few. Still ways to my lines. This will also hit their morale. Okay, now they're shooting at the... I think at this division. We are also hitting their plate armored guys. When the enemy doesn't have archers, things are looking good. So those guys are dying, as you can see. Lots of blood everywhere. We killed half of them already. Now the melee divisions will get formed up and try to strike me. How did my guys friendly fire? Here's some blood. There's a few dead guys over there. Do they have archers? Those guys don't have bows. Those guys also don't have bows. There must be some form of friendly fire in this game. Because sometimes my people, even though the enemy doesn't have any ranged capabilities, just die. Maybe I didn't check close enough and one of their divisions did indeed have bows. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past me. Just overlooking stuff like that. Okay, now they are charging. We are moving out of the way. Now the battle is starting and my humans can show what they have learned in training. Let's engage. My archers should be shooting. Which is probably doing friendly fire damage, I don't know. Okay, I think we are stopping the arrows. And we won. I think this time, surprisingly enough, we didn't lose too many people. And the people we did lose, I think we lost to ourselves, so to friendly fire. Let's see, what's the damage? 5 kebabs died and archers, 7 archers died. Let's just say it was all friendly fire, so we did all the killing and that's making us sleep better. It's just a shame when the enemy kills us. I think that's a positive outlook on it, isn't it? My people are so strong that the enemy can't even kill it. We have to do it on our own. Okay. Where were we? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. We were... Okay, we are still besieging. That will take a while. I'll skip forward until we can attack this. Okay, my mercenaries are burning a big hole in my coffers. But we did besiege them long enough that the fortification bonus is gone and we can capture the region. We're going to release everyone and show mercy. We are very chivalrous. We're going to occupy the region. I'm going to pause so I can build a level 3 region immediately. With 1 hygiene building, 1 happiness building and 15 workforce left, which is perfect. So now we can get tons and tons of iron ore. 347 each day. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove our iron ore production over here and we're going to increase our coal taxes. We're also getting coal from down here, but there's no deposit for it. Okay, we can release the mercenaries. This should sort itself out once the support is going up in the settlement, and we are good. We avoided death by bankruptcy. And now we are getting boatloads of iron. We can release those 10 workers and get 10 more workers in here. We can even upgrade it, and now we're producing tons and tons of iron. Coal should also be looking fine. Yes, we're also getting enough coal. Perfect. Now our metal problem is fixed. So now it's a waiting game. We have around 41% of our populace of the right faith. We need 60%. The ore requirement we are fulfilling. So 66% ore is provided, 50% is needed. And all the other requirements we also fulfill. So I think I'll just let some time pass until we can get our Cantors. Okay, it will be interesting to see if the recording is okay. I just had, I think, one of the first ever crashes I had in Songs of Six. Might as well give you an update if the game is crashing. I imported some civilian ore, so the respect was shooting up, but they sacrificed all the ore. I just spent like $500,000 on 100 civilian ore and they just gave it to God. It did have an effect. On the other hand, we are almost up to our requirement of of followers, I think we have, okay, we have 58%. We are getting a tourist. Tourists are, I'd say, completely useless. If I build an inn and they stay in the inn, they write reviews about my city and they leave behind a few tips, but it's like, I think in the last version it was 200 or 300 denarii per tourist. I don't think that's changed, so that's something that's still being worked on, I think. Might as well build another laboratory then. We will need more science in the future. My workforce is fluctuating quite heavily. I don't know. Something must be... Okay, I'm interrupting because Cantors are finally ready to join us. 10 Cantors immediately want to join. That's amazing. What I have to do is I will immediately give them access to all the things so they stay happy. The environment we can't really quickly change. They will want temples. And they do want crypts. So I think we are going to provide crypts before we let them in. We have crypts unlocked, so let's design a little crypt and then we are going to copy this blueprint and place it around the city a few times. Crypts are pretty straightforward buildings. You need to place graves and you need to place statues. Okay, I designed a quick crypt and we are building 2 of those. Just so the Cantors, if they decide to move in, are happy. If they become unhappy, they will leave again. If we ever drop below the requirements, they will also leave. So if we don't have enough ore, the Cantors will, all of them, just leave. So even if we have 50 Cantors, we train them up and they are our own, our perfect wall of defense against all enemies. If we decide to build a new district and then we are not placing any statues or squares, they all just take the stuff and go. It's one of the things I'm not too happy with, but I think those races also need a bit of work. But they are much better than in version 66. This time around you can actually get Argonash. In the last version that was basically impossible. Okay, so now I'm waiting for the crypts to be finished and then I'm letting in those 10 Cantors. At least one of our crypts is finished. I think it's time to double click and let those Cantors join us. They immediately become recruits. Let's see if we can find some of them. Here they are training. Asher Fitzpatrick, age 90, he's a recruit, excellent health, weighs 400 stones, I have no idea, I'm not British. Height 10'1", I think that's feet, so pretty big. He's proud, tolerant, warlike, cruel, ambitious, cunning, has not yet been searched for a home, but will look for someone soon. Is training to join Division Stone Giants. He demands more benches, more stocked, would like to be allowed more jewelry and more stone monuments. He wants jewelry. Okay, he can get jewelry if he wants to. Keeping those giants happy is my one and only thing. If we check his properties, you will see that he has a lifespan of 1000 years. So 90, he's just a little pebble. Jonas Fitzpatrick is... Oh, they always all know that's one giant Cantor family apparently. I mean, they come from the same haven, there's 20 people there, so one would guess that having some brother-sister relations is probably not out of the ordinary for those guys. But I don't know how it would work if everything is made out of stone, but I'll leave that to our imagination. I'll edit the division so it's only 20. Oh, and I forgot to enable 100% training for them, so they will now train until they are fully trained. We can speed up the process by upgrading the training yards, which we already did, so perfect. Okay, and with that we have Cantors, and I think there's only one thing left to do, which is get more Cantors. By the way, I recruited the 2nd division in my standing army. So now there's another 150 Tilapia Archer division, fully equipped and getting ready to train. So last thing I want to do is I want to check if there are a few nice avenues for expansion. There is a coal deposit in this region over here. So I think as a last order of business for the day, we are going to get our soldiers back on the road. And we're going to take this region just for the coal. Yes, the auto resolve tells us that we are winning. So we are occupying and releasing our mercenaries. And we will build up this region once again. Same procedure as last time. One happiness building. And now we're getting coal from here, which is much more efficient than our previous coal deposit. What else can we import? Yes, some livestock. And now our other coal region is freed up. And we can get other stuff from here. We also don't need the... That was just temporary. So what we do need is more meat. So we can get tons of meat from here. We have 4 workforce left. Might as well get some mushrooms. And now our depleting meat stores should be getting filled up again. We are getting more coal than ever. Actually, we're getting so much coal that I'm... Okay, there's an export depot for coal already, which is nice. We'll need more traders carrying all the ore that is lying over here and exporting it. It's giving us also more money. And more Cantors want to join. You are very welcome to join us. They're still training. Krieghoff, Mr. Fitzpatrick. 325 years old. I bet he has seen a few battles. Aegis wants to be a colleague. I think we're declining because sooner or later we will want to attack them. My population is almost fully converted to atheism. If we check, 73% atheist. The temple need is also being provided. The problem is we won't be able to keep it up because it takes so much civilian every day. But for now, I think we're doing very well. The Cantors are training. They are 19% trained. Sadly, we are not getting attacked at the moment, so I think that's something we'll have to wait for the next episode. So, thank you for watching and see you next time.